Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's video, we're going to be talking about a potential release date leaked for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. All of the questions surrounding the next leg of Star Wars media has been about release dates as to what it's actually going to be. So rather than finding out the plot and the character leaks and the actors for the sequel trilogy, which is what we've spent our last several years doing with The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, we are now following the newly announced Disney shows because Disney Plus has been out, and that's where most of the Star Wars content is landing. So we had The Mandalorian, we have the Book of Boba Fett, and now we know what those release dates are. Now we have to worry about the Cassian show, as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Mandalorian Season 3, if you can believe that already. So this has been a question that we're trying to figure out in piece of when this release date timeline is. And hopefully on November 12th on Disney Plus Day, we get a more clear idea of that. But for now, we just have to continue to go where the leaks take us. And today we have a leak from Jordan Mason talking about when Kenobi is going to be released. So we're going to talk about what he says, and then I'm going to break this down and put it in what the actual timeline based on all of the leaks is for the overall big picture. So Jordan Mason says the following: Twitter's glitching. Y'all might not be able to see this. Looks around. I've heard a lot of stuff to make me believe Kenobi is dropping in May. And a follow-up question to him was, will this be before or after Cassian? To which he responded, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I've heard multiple times Kenobi would be before Andor, but at the same time, haven't heard any other window for it, so I'm not sure. So here's the interesting thing about this. He claims that Kenobi is going to be released in May, but doesn't know if this will be before or after Andor. Now, the interesting thing about this is that The Mandalorian Season 3 looks like it's going to be pushed to, at the very earliest at this point, winter of 2022, with a likely release date at this point looking like 2023 based on all of the other surrounding leaks for the other programs. So the release for Boba Fett is December, right? It's going to beat out 2021 by 2 days, so that means it's going to be premiering into 2022 to begin with. And if this is the case, this means the show would end pretty shortly before the release of Kenobi would come out if Jordan Mason's leak is correct, which would mean that there wouldn't be much of a promo time for Kenobi. It wouldn't get as much hype as likely it would. So if it is going to be released in May, it would only get about a couple of months span of promo time and media attention before it's actually released. The other interesting thing is Disney hasn't really gone with exclusive big blockbuster releases in summer since Solo. They tried it with Solo, and then they pushed the release dates back to December for all future films. And with something as big as Kenobi being a limited series, a 6-episode run, and going to be longer episodes, it would seem to me that this would be given the same type of blockbuster treatment. So that would make me think that perhaps this isn't actually going to be in May. And the latest leaks on the Cassian show is that that is supposed to be released sometime next year as well. So if that's going to be the case, likely with Mando Season 3 still in a 2022 spot for this hypothetical sake, that would mean we would have the Book of Boba Fett up until, let's say, February-March, early February-March. And then we would have April-May, so you'd have less than 2 months of promo time for Kenobi if it is going to be released in May. Let's say that finishes up between July, mid-July, and then we would have August, September, October, November, December. We would still have about a 5-month gap there before The Mandalorian Season 3 would drop. And if they're saying Andor is still going to be released in 2022, this would give that 5-month window there for Andor, which would be heavy overload on Star Wars content. Not that I'm complaining, because I would love to see it, but it just seems to me that this is something that Disney doesn't seem to do too much with Star Wars. They seem to spread it out a little more, and if there is multiple things going at once, typically one of them is an animated medium. But that doesn't mean to say that this leak for Kenobi is incorrect. It also doesn't mean that we couldn't get all of these shows, but it will just have to indicate that it doesn't seem that all of these cards are sorted out on Disney's ends either. So, big mouthful there, but I wanted to give you guys that update on Jordan Mason's latest leak for the Kenobi series. Let me know what you think about this release date in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, may God bless you, and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it!
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.